There's a few things I want to do today. The train grid, I'm going to decrease that by 50%. I know I recently did this, but I think it would be really cool if the train grid started like way back here and it just goes up ever so slightly, and then the train banks around this corner and goes over the canal. There's a lot of open space in my Lego city right now. That's because the zoo and also the buildings around the canal, that includes Town Hall, have been removed and they're upstairs, where all the magic happens. Now this is going to seem sort of silly, but I'm actually going to be placing the zoo and all of these modular buildings back in the Lego city. The reason for this is because I need some workspace up here. All of my counter space and tables are consumed by giant zoos, modular buildings, parts that need to be sorted, minifigures, etc. And I'm actually going to be working on some really exciting projects over this weekend and also all of next week. And then next weekend, I have a really exciting event planned. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to work on the zoo or any of these projects because of all that exciting stuff that I have happening. And if I do find some time to work on, say, the Arctic exhibits with the penguins, seals, and polar bears, well, all I have to do is bring up the modules that have those animals. I don't need the entire zoo up here, although it is nice to look at. Nice to sort of start to visualize what it's going to look like. Honestly, it doesn't take very long to put all these modules back in place. Like, I think it took me a total of 15, maybe 20 minutes, and that involves me going up and down the stairs a bunch. So I get my exercise in. That's always good. And it's fun to just move these modules onto the table, pop up there, place them one by one, and see the zoo and also the buildings around the canal come back to life. It's just a pretty neat concept that everything is so easy to move. And I just love that. And I'm only able to do that because, of course, it's baseplates. But there we go. We've got the buildings around the canal back, and also the zoo looks pretty cool as well. It's actually been a while since we've had the zoo placed in the Lego city, and it's pretty cool seeing it with the aviary and also the monkey cage. The monkey cage might change. I don't mind the look of it from here. I don't know if it needs to be removed altogether, but maybe the design just needs to be altered a little bit. It feels pretty good to have this mess cleaned up as well. Now we can actually move around up here. Well, I guess we could move around before, but we couldn't really access any sort of table. So now we have this table, and look at that. On the table, we've got the train supports. It's the same as the ones that are currently installed, but we're going to be doubling up. They're going to be spaced out every 32 studs. So every 32 studs is going to go up one plate. That's why we have one tile, one plate. 2 plates, 1 tile, 1 brick, 1 tile, all the way up to this one right here, which is at the peak of the grade. So I'm going all in on the train grade here. Like I mentioned, we're going up 1 plate every 32 studs. In the previous grade, it actually went up a little bit after the corner and before the corner, but I've decided that I'm actually going to pull it back 32 studs from the corner, and then when the train comes around the corner, it's going to stay at the same height. So the train isn't going to be battling a grade as it goes around the corner, which I think is going to help substantially. You can see me align the supports there, and I'm just installing them every 16 studs in the base plates, going way back toward the train station. The grade starts way back there. This, I believe, is going to be the ultimate fix for a train grid. So as I was mentioning, this section right here is all going to be level. That's going to be flat. I've just got to build some more supports for the interior. That's going to keep it all at that level grade there. And also around the corner, that's going to be at the same height as that. And 32 studs right here as well. And then the grade will actually start going down here, and it goes all the way past the downtown core, all the way down here past the Avengers Tower, and just before this switch, well, actually just after the switch, about 48 studs. So that should be enough space there. So the next thing I need to do is start installing the track and then construct this massively long wall. Before we continue with the train development there, just a quick touch up on something exciting. I was mentioning that I've got some exciting things happening within like the next 2 weeks or so. One involves a trip, so that's pretty exciting stuff. It's like a week-long trip, so I'm getting ready for that. And the other one involves a shipment. If you've been watching the channel, I did mention this shipment quite some time ago. And all I've got to say is 146 kilograms, 321 pounds. And once I receive said shipment, the Lego City is going to take a huge step toward completion very quickly. It's something that I've been waiting for quite some time, and it's something that's sort of held up production here in the Lego studio in a big way, specifically in the Lego City. Can't build a Lego City without the stuff that's in the shipment. You probably know what it is. It's Lego. And I've been waiting for this since about March, April, May. So yeah, I've been waiting months on end for it. And once it arrives, it's going to expedite the process of building the Lego City in a significant way. And I could not be more excited. It's going to be legendary. That's why I'm sort of cleaning up around here and preparing for the next couple weeks because, oh boy, exciting times. Exciting times, that's for sure. So make sure you stay tuned because it's going to be crazy. It's funny, I thought this was going to be a quick and easy process because half the walls were already made, but then I remembered I'm more than like doubling the walls. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of parts. I bought 2 boxes of these Palisade bricks from the Lego store and I fully packed them. I thought that was going to be enough, but I guess it's not. It takes a lot of 1x2 bricks, and I'm doing this the same way that I did it before, starting it with the 1x4 slopes, and then I'm using the 1x2 bricks and interlocking them. And because I'm interlocking them, of course, I'm offsetting them, so they're all interlocked. So on the ends, I put either 1x1 dark bluish gray bricks or 1x1 snot bricks in dark bluish gray, and that allows me to add the vegetation to the side of the wall. But all I'm doing is just laying down the train track as I build the wall to ensure that I'm building it tall enough so that it covers all of the colorful plate that's the foundation of the train track. And then once I have the slopes and Palisade bricks laid, I go ahead and tack them all together using various tiles, that being 1x8, 1x6, and 1x4 in light bluish gray. And I really like the end result. I think it looks super clean, and best of all, that grade is just like not aggressive, the opposite of aggressive, which is ideal. Here we go, it's the moment of truth. How does the high-speed passenger train deal with the new grade on a relatively low speed? Maintaining a decent pace, pretty standard pace, I would say. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Mission accomplished. Right on. The train's pretty happy too, I think. Excellent. I just put new batteries in it, which are fully charged. So that's good. So I went through here and I made this all level just by adding the supports underneath that match the height of the last support over here. So once again, this here is all nice and level. And then the grade starts right there. You can see it start to go downhill. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish the project completely because, believe it or not, I actually ran out of the dark bluish gray Palisade bricks. That being the 1x2s that I found on the pad wall. So I need to go back to the Lego store and probably get one more box of dark bluish gray Palisade bricks. So I'll probably do that on my way home because we need them. I got the wall done up until there, but then I also have it down here. So there's just this small section that I need to complete. And then I also ran out of light bluish gray tiles. I went through all my unsorted parts, all the sorted parts, pulled all the 1x light bluish gray tiles that I have. Other than the 1x2s, I'm not going to use 1x2s. That just seems ridiculous. But yeah, I'm out of those as well. And that's why they end right there. And I also stole some from the very end over here. But that's where the grade starts, which is pretty crazy. There is this little gap here, and I think that's just created by the grade, because it's funny, this here is misaligned, but then when we come to the end, it's actually all aligned. So it just has to do with the grade. Not a huge deal. I'll just put a plate over that little gap and you won't even know. Because look here, there's no gap, and the track is lined up. So this is just sort of bizarre that there's a gap there, but not really. It actually makes sense because once again, the train track is on an angle, so we're on a grade, so it just sort of creates that gap. Like the further distance you go, the bigger the gap becomes. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I know I've been doing a lot in regards to trains lately. Like I've been building train track, fixing this grade multiple times, but this is just all part of the process when you have a nearly 1,000 base plate Lego city. There's no way around it. I've got to spend what feels like weeks on end building train track because I literally have hundreds of train track modules which take hundreds of pieces each, and it's just all part of the process, I guess. Plus there's the trial and error with the train grade and everything, but this is just beauty. It looks like this is just handling it with ease. Much, much, much better. So once again, everybody, this is one plate every 32 studs. So the grade one plate every 32 studs. So the support here and here would be the same height. This would be a plate lower. That would be the same height as that one, and just sort of go from there. It's pretty standard, or a pretty easy concept. Nothing too crazy about it. But it gets the job done. I don't know, or I wouldn't see why I would do it any other way. And the supports within are all topped with tiles, so the track actually isn't tacked down. It's just sitting there loosely. I just think that makes more sense. Yeah, that's really about it for today, everybody. I guess I'm gonna go to the Lego store and get some more Palisade bricks, pack some of those boxes up, and wrap up my evening. So thank you so much for coming on by. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. Farewell.